Good evening, guys, or good morning, or good day, depending from what country and what region, oblast you are watching us. Please traditionally confirm that you can hear me and you can see me well. And I am very, very, very happy to see all of you. Um, and my YouTube announced that um, I have started streaming. Can you see me? Yeah. Thank you so much. Um, Thank you so much for joining us today. I am really happy to see all of you, so many of you, and I missed you very much. I don't know, maybe you think that we have our streams too often. I have decided I will try to make them every second week, but I miss you, and I feel that our real life conversation is always better than anything else. And of course, I'm very happy that today we are with my magical team, with Martin and Spencer, who have some good news for you. And I will speak about that a little bit later. But first of all, let's greet Martin and Spencer, who are with us. They are the best friends and moderators ever, who teach me a lot, who are very kind with me, just as you are. And I have announced on my community that you know that some of you sent me beautiful pictures of you wearing our t-shirts. We have a merch shop. The links are typically below the video, and they kindly offered us to have a giveaway. Of course, my channel is not about like giveaways because we speak about serious stuff, but I do like it when you tell that some of our merch products work as good conversation starters. They help to remind people about Ukraine in a beautiful way, or they remind cultural heritage, simply make you feel better. And today, with the help of moderators, we will post a link to one free product. And also, I announced that on my community tab, I will have a post where I will encourage you to ask questions that I will answer in one of my videos, and 3 best questions will receive free t-shirts. And I will inform you about that on the community tab. But for the 3 best questions, I will not decide which questions are best. You will decide by liking them. Well, perhaps I will make it a little bit more clear in a post, but that's the idea. But one gift will be shared today in the comments, so please be active, take attention to what Martin and Spencer tell you, and also our Discord community will have some presents, and those of you who are not yet on Discord, please join, and that might be something good. So soon as questions after the live, I will post questions. I will post you a place where you can put questions, and 3 best most liked questions will receive 3 free t-shirts. But we are talking about serious things here, and I will be very happy to answer your questions. You see that on the description tab, I have mentioned that we are going to speak about ATACMS in Ukraine because that is a victory, but also Putin's diplomacy, his meeting with Orban, and other things. So feel free to ask your questions. Larry, thank you so much for buying me coffees. I have tea next to me, and I encourage you to drink some tea, and so that our stream goes smoothly. And so you may also ask me about my recent trips. I've been to Brussels, and as a Ukrainian, I managed to be in Brussels during a really tragic day, and I feel very sorry. I know I have subscribers from Sweden. Please accept my condolences for the loss of lives of your citizens, innocent, beautiful people who came to enjoy a sports event, and the world should not be like that. My condolences to supporters who were under stress, as Ukrainians, we also felt like weird because typically when you travel abroad, people meet you and they tell you like, oh my God, even if you're not doing something very important, you have some time to rest. And our event was cancelled in Brussels, and we were advised like to stay in hotel because for a day they were like looking for a potential terrorist, and it was like back to Ukraine, you know. We were saying that we have like thousands of these terrorists running, and it's a very, very bad tendency. Honestly, I'd say that I feel a little bit not that optimistic recently because of these global events taking place, and we see that authoritarian regimes, they are not giving up. They are trying to unite. They are trying to build their vision of the world, and I feel worried about that because it's always that people, honest people, normal people, they are less like dangerous, and they are softer in many of the decisions that they take. But sometimes to be able to fight global evil, you have to be able to demonstrate some force. Greetings to your beautiful oblasts, and greetings to Vienna, a beautiful city, and greetings to Northern California, Quebec, many beautiful places. And I'm really traveling was a little bit distracting. And greetings to England and Oregon. Can you hear me well? Because I see that some people have problems with the sound. Okay, can you hear me? Thank you, friend. Thank you. Okay, I see that some people have problems with sound, others don't. Scott, thank you so much for buying coffees. So, can you hear me? Can you see me? Okay, but I don't feel like. Anyway, let me know if we will have problems, but it may happen from time to time. I don't know. In general, I would say that there are some problems with the channel, and I do want to ask for your help because I see that maybe we've got something like a shadow ban. It's not weird. I'm talking about when talking about war, and of course this is okay, it's difficult because I read some people say sound is okay, others say it's a problem. But anyway, maybe have been in something like shadow ban because weird things were happening. I know that sometimes YouTube cleans everything, but what about the sound right now? Because I received so many messages. So I'm sorry, this is just because of the audio problems. Good. Yeah, try to restart, and I don't know. So let's hope everything will be fine, and my moderators are doing something too. So anyway, there were some weird things happening with subscriptions. They were appearing and disappearing. I do know that YouTube does cleaning, but it was weird because it looks different. When YouTube cleans whole account or something like that, they typically disappear like 300, and here it was like plus 50, minus 50, plus 50, minus 50. And it was really for a long period of time, for like 2 weeks, and that was very weird behavior. And also you know that my videos are not recommended, or that some of you were even unsubscribed. I have counted like 15 emails. Different things may be a reason for that. But we have to be very careful, and I ask you, please, if it's possible, be active on the channel, like, comment, share, check your subscription, press the bell button so you are more engaged. And because it's kind of important, many reasons can happen. I am not like a conspiracy series believer, but it may be that some new algorithms on YouTube have their bugs, or sometimes it may be that Russian trolls or people involved in that, they perform such things as they subscribe and then unsubscribe, because when YouTube sees lots of unsubscriptions, it is a reaction. And this is all just a demonstration of the informational war, or trying to distract from Ukraine on other things. So press the bell if you want to receive notification. If it's not difficult for you, leave some comments, share, and help us spread more information about Ukraine, because the more I travel abroad, the more I see how little people know about Ukraine, how little people follow the situation, and how relaxed they are, because they think it's somewhere really far away. But when I come closer to countries like Poland, countries like Lithuania, those who are close to Russia, they very well realize how bad Russia is, and that it typically is very unpredictable, and it's not. I know you may think that I'm saying it's not just about Ukraine because I'm a Ukrainian, but no, it's not just about Ukraine, not because of that. Because many authoritarian and terrorist regimes demonstrate their powers. They are not afraid of us because they think we are too kind, we're too good, we will think twice, and so on. So please, once again, I'm asking you to check your subscriptions if it's not difficult. If it's not difficult, please be more active on the channel, and I will be very, very grateful for that. And now let's finally answer your questions. Remember that today we'll have one t-shirt as a gift, so follow the instructions of my beautiful moderators. Yeah, something happened on YouTube, and that was a problem. Those of you who don't have normal sound, what our monitors advise, please refresh the browser and it may help. Greetings to many. Well, I had a separate video talking about the meeting of Orban with Putin, and I think it is a great problem that it is. I realize I have many good subscribers from Hungary, and I would like to say that I never equate people to the governments they have, because it's always different. But the problem is that Orban is an official representative of Hungary, and Hungary is the part of the European Union. And I think it's really bad that we see images of a leader of the EU country shaking hands with Putin. Once again, this is not about Hungarians. This is about Orban and Szijjártó. And I often cannot understand how come they forgot about 1956 when Soviet army actually occupied Hungary and they experienced so many tragedies during that period. Greetings to Australia, special greetings to people from Australia, because I know it's really, really early in your country, or better to say late. So please refresh and then your sound will be good again. Also, a very good thing happened this week, and it was the first try of ATACMS missiles, and I do hope this will change the situation. Greeting to Perth. I hope it will change the situation, and yeah, I think that everything is fine with the connection because I still receive your questions. Oh, guys, I don't know what is happening, if the problem is with the internet, but it does not seem like that, because on my way I see normal streaming and even receive coffees. Thank you so much, Robert, for your support. Yeah, you see that some people say that subscriptions disappeared and they had to resubscribe. I do want to believe this is a glitch or something of YouTube, because it happens from time to time when they change something on the platform, and they often do it. But I hope it will not cause like serious problems to the channel. Once again, as one Russian troll told me, oh, it's about advertisement or something. No, I believe YouTube and all the other platforms in the world lack normal information about Ukraine. People are getting tired. Large media outlets are showing the way they want it. And what is really bad, that in many countries that we depend on, that we need their support, understanding, and nations, elections, and it's very much felt, and it's always very emotional. It's a problem of all elections in my country and in other countries, that people get very emotional, and politicians, they are not afraid to trigger various quite problematic things, and that might be not really good. I hope the problem with connection passes. If there is something, please refresh, and that's YouTube in YouTube. Yeah, let's hope that trolls one beautiful day will disappear. Remember to like the video if you like it, and be careful to see the link that will lead you to the first gift today. But once again, these meetings are not about giving gifts. They are about sharing information and supporting each other, because we are facing serious troubles in the world, and it's really felt. And like, I don't feel that it is going to be a competition. The first link will bring the present to the fastest person who is quickest, but the three other gifts we will share among the best questions that you will leave on a community tab, and you will have like 3 days to ask questions, and the most liked questions will receive the support. Someone, thank you so much for buying me coffees, and run 3 days to ask questions, and the most liked questions will receive the support. Someone, thank you so much for buying me coffees, and run Forest, cheers to you too. Thank you so much. So please, 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 honestly, I'm asking for your support. Press that bell notification, leave your comments if it's not difficult for you, because I see like some bad things are happening, but I'm sure like in Ukraine, we are resilient and we don't have other choice but to continue fighting, to continue doing things despite everything. And I hope this light problems will disappear soon. Okay, my moderators. Okay. giving me that instruction that sometime soon, but not yet, we will have our giveaway. But please ask your questions. I will be really happy to answer them. And greetings to Virginia Oblast. Okay. And so, what are the questions that I can answer? I will be happy to do that. What are the questions that I can answer? I will be happy to do that. And so far. Okay, thank you so much for your support, for saying that all these problems can be solved. Well, there are lots of organizations that are helping Ukraine. There are inside Ukraine, outside Ukraine. You're asking about Red Cross. Well, at the beginning, there was, many global organizations, they always like to be very neutral. And it's not good, because when this war is extremely vivid and you can clearly see this difference between evil and good, and you cannot say that like let's try to make these friends talk again, or brotherly nations. All this is totally Russian narrative, because, well, I don't believe in like brotherly nations, especially the one that rapes, loots, and kills you for centuries. So many international organizations, we saw that in United Nations, we saw in Cross, they try to be neutral, they try to pretend that like, oh, let's try and make it simple, let's try and help. And there were cases when they were helping to organize humanitarian corridors, which actually led to filtration camps on the territory of Russia. Or still, the role of some organizations is not yet understood about bringing Ukrainian children to Russia, and that is a serious problem. Also, there was a question, how am I preparing to winter? And I do, and many Ukrainians do. We talk about and many Ukrainians do. We talk about that. There is great probability that they will once again target energy objects. To date, it's really warm in Ukraine. I don't know what is the temperature in your country. Let me know. But in Ukraine, it was close to 20. We had a spell of cold weather, some rains, and other stuff. But right now, it became really warm. And you might have noticed, it's kind of sad, they hadn't targeted Kyiv for a pretty long period of time. Greetings to Niagara Falls, beautiful place you live in. And yeah, Amnesty International, you've mentioned correctly, they don't work. OSCE, by the way. And thank you for telling me, like, this sit and look pretty, this Japanese channels or something. There are girls simply looking on the camera, silent, and people like them. So like in Ukraine, we don't stop mobilization. It is a continued process. So all the time, because we have war. During war, it is very different. And it's what happens constantly, every day, every minute, every month. So in a very different environment, in a very different condition. So talking about preparation for winter, I want to return back to this really good question. Lots of Ukrainians bought generators the previous year. There are things that people are buying. We think that they were saving missiles because they do produce missiles, but they have some problems. They don't have that much, like that many elements they need, and it's a long process. So I think they were saving them, and it may happen soon that they will try to target Ukrainian infrastructure. What I read is that Ukrainian electric infrastructure objects have been seriously protected, and people work really hard to protect these objects, to prevent targeting. I don't know what will be used for that. Plus, even if I did know, I would not share that online. Scott, thank you for buying me coffees. Thank you so much. But anyway, it is going to be like, I know many of you tell that winter is good period, and it's very likely that it will be difficult for Russian invaders. It will be difficult for Russian invaders to move, of course, to get food, and they don't get any support neither from the Russian army if they have problems, nor from local people. And okay, thank you. And then at the same time, we realized they will use to target civilians, to target infrastructure, schools, and other stuff to cause blackouts, because it's a really devastating, extremely difficult experience. I have really many bad memories about that time. And like I've told you already, that candlelight does not make me feel very optimistic, because it reminds me of that period. Yeah, EcoFlow, thank you. Questions about humanitarian aid for internal refugees. Well, it is already a year, and I will tell you something. Like the majority of people who are internal refugees or refugees in your country and I'm very grateful that you accept them, that you help them, you support them. The majority of the people already found some job, some place to live. So I cannot say it's comparable, some place to live. So I cannot say it's comparable to something that was at the beginning. Plus, it is extremely important to give these people, like how do you say it, a fishing rod but not a fish. So the majority of them adapted, and most of the programs that work in Ukraine, they encourage them to work, they encourage them to move, like not out of shelter to normal places. So of course we don't want them to be purely dependent on this classical humanitarian aid, and it's not the situation here. But closer to front lines where everything gets destroyed very quickly, of course, people still need that. And that is very important. So mainly we focus inside the country, we focus on the support of the military. And, you know, like, it's really difficult to explain what is war to people who have never experienced that. Once again, I do not advise you to go through that. And there are lots of knowledge and understanding that I received only in this process. Otherwise, it would not be possible, because for example, some told me, oh, there are people who escape mobilization, we've heard about that. And yes, the people like that would also be in any country of the world. But at the same time, you cannot imagine, like, when asking, many people say that Ukraine is constantly asking for something, but it is not really correct to say so, because you cannot imagine how much Ukrainians contribute to the help of the Ukrainian armed forces. This is a constant work Ukrainians do all the time. And like from every salary, there is an amount of money that is sent to the Ukrainian armed forces. Also, there are lots of volunteering initiatives. There are lots of good causes that people are doing. Some of you send me beautiful advice, like to organize a market or an event. But I have to say that all of this is constantly happening. And Ukrainians are doing many things that many of us like it's not something new. There are lots of things happening, and at the beginning of this war, all the supplies, everything, um, everything is happening very quickly. Also, a very famous question of Russian trolls. Thank you so much, Bill Boy. I don't know how to read everything correctly. And greetings to Ireland. Thank you for buying me coffees. No, I don't know Olga Dudakova. Also, there is a question that I often get from Russian trolls. They are like asking me that when I am going to join the Ukrainian armed forces. So far, I don't have this intention, and my country does not oblige me to do that. And I'm really proud that there are many beautiful, strong women in Ukrainian armed forces. Many of them have chosen that as their profession. Women are not allowed in Ukraine unless they are doctors or of military professions. So honestly, there are lots of people on the streets of Ukraine who are not mobilized. They are not catching people with nets and other stuff. So I feel perfectly comfortable doing what I do, teaching, working on the preservation of cultural heritage, working on the documentary about Russian propaganda, and running my channel. So asking this question, you cannot make me feel bad, honestly. I have already told you that I bring the energy of Russian trolls and feel and look better after some of their injections. Yeah, that is also, there are questions about air raid alerts in my city. Look, there are not many recently, but at the same time, uh, we think they are saving missiles to make some serious hits on Ukraine when it's getting colder, when it's getting darker. That's what they want to do. So, of course, we need to think about that. And also, there was a question, something that I wanted to answer. What was I doing in Brussels? We were traveling with my colleague. You know that of non-governmental organization, Volyn Foundation, um, which works with cultural heritage preservation and digitization. And we were traveling to Brussels because we have a project on digitization that funded by Creative Europe project. And in Brussels, they organized a meeting for grant holders, coordinators. It's a typical event, grant holders meetings, but unfortunately, it was cancelled because of a terrorist attack in Brussels. It was cancelled in a very abrupt manner, I'd say, and that's it. And also, I was in Lublin for 2 days for a conference on digitization of cultural heritage. So a question, am I always optimistic about the victory of Ukraine? Thank you so much, Amphibious, for buying me coffees. Well, I am, because it's just like a question, are you optimistic about like your life? Guys, I don't want to be pessimistic. Please like if you agree with me, check your subscription, check the bell to receive the updates, because weird things are happening not only on the front lines but also on YouTube. There are lots of Russian and pro-Russian things, and believe me, YouTube support is very difficult contact. So I'm working on that. And also, I would like to say that there are Okay, thank you so much for lots of kind words that you send my way. I definitely value that a lot and your presence in my life. But okay, I see internet is slow. Can you hear me? Can you see me well? Please confirm that. So this is an existential fight for Ukraine because we need to take Russian invaders out of our country. They deny the existence of Ukraine. They deny the existence of my language and culture. And they constantly try to erase Ukraine from the map. And of course, people like me will be dead if Ukraine loses. Thank you so much, David, for buying coffees. And I don't like visualizing such things. I think Poland is back on board. I think yes, really good with each other, but that's normal. Like I don't know, like all the other nations. Um, so for all Ukrainians, this is an existential fight. And sometimes we do feel that it is as if we live in some like historical times in a history book. And you know, there are even children who say that like we hate living in a history book, feel like we are living in a history book, and we are tired of living in a history book. And well, that's sad, but at the same time, we understand this is an existential fight between Ukraine and Russia that was constantly trying to destroy our state, to destroy our culture. And we have to finally stop that. And you know, Ukraine always, greetings, Houston, and Ukraine. No, I did not come in contact with Boris Johnson, but I would like to thank you so much, Wayne and David, for buying me coffees. This really means a lot and adds strength and optimism. And forgive problem with the internet. It's not my fault. I'm at home and like internet connection. I check. I see full size of internet. I know what's happening. Might be a problem on YouTube. And so we don't look at the option that we can lose this war. Plus, this will create very negative precedents in the world. And China that is looking at Taiwan, Iran that has, and like North Korea and Iran are back on the track. For me, it's totally like unbelievable that this country like North Korea and Lavrov traveling there, and there are even posters and billboards in the occupied territories that people are advised to travel to North Korea to have some rest. Can you imagine then, like your travel destination is North Korea? It sounds like a horror movie or a nightmare, but that's the reality of Russians, and they like it, and that's awful. Yeah, I like that Madonna wrapped herself in the Ukrainian flag because I kind of like Madonna. Well, I don't like the things she did to her face uh, recently, but in general, she is very, very, very cool. And I think it's very important that she decided to remind the world about Ukraine, because once again, we live here in this very beautiful community. I love it very much. That's why I'm so worried about this channel, and I very much ask you to support if this shadow ban is real, and that's what may cause us some problems. But in this very big world, um, there are lots of people who totally do not care about anything that happens, not like, okay, in Ukraine, but outside their street, outside their house, outside their office. Thank you so much for all the sponsorships that you give to people. This really means a lot, and this makes us stronger together. This is a very good thing to do, and I'm drinking my tea. I brought this tea from Poland. In Poland, they have weird tea, something that is not common in Ukraine, and this one is with raspberry and some other fruit that I have no idea how to name in English because it's kind of very weird and rare, like kind of. Um, we get nothing at all for sound, guys. Refresh. I don't know. Yeah, we do have pizza, French fries, and Coca-Cola and other stuff. And yes, I tried waffles in Brussels. Someone asked me. That's not the first time I did. And yeah, a book about North Korea is definitely like, honestly, I cannot imagine such places exist and that people like such places or they take them seriously. But at the same time, it's unbelievable that it still happens and people like it. Remember that today we will we will have a small giveaway, and beautiful moderators are taking control of that. And soon they will instruct you, so please taking control of that. And soon they will instruct you, so please follow attentively the information that they share on the chat. Thank you so much, Bill, for buying me coffees. This support is very important. And please like, share, and all these things as they are important. Well, vareniki, every Ukrainian will tell you vareniki is Ukrainian, and but this is a very popular dish also in Poland. They call pirogi, and I think that in many countries there are similar products that are quite popular. So anyway, I'm very grateful, and I was happy to see Madonna with the Ukrainian flag, reminding people about the support that we still need. And I honestly do not understand how Putin is still treated as a president. How is it possible that such a criminal, there is a criminal record on him issued by the International Criminal Court, and what we see is the fact that people still treat him as a politician. People still think what to do with that. Hello, Magnus. Nice to see you. Glory to heroes. Well, shadow ban is something like when people or trolls report that your channel spreads hate speech or other stuff. And I do spread some things when I talk about Russia because, come on, they kill us. And I cannot say that how beautiful these people are, poor people, we have to liberate them, and so on. What they do is that YouTube makes your channel less visible. It does not offer you videos. It unsubscribes people, and that what might have happened from time to time to different channels. I've heard it's happening to other people, and other Ukrainian political channels, not only Ukrainian. So they are trying to make it less visible, and that's what I experience right now at the channel. I have various different subscribe, unsubscribe things. People write to me that they were unsubscribed, and well, my video resolution, I am not sure that I have a choice of my video resolution that I can fix. Can you tell me, do we still have problems with the connection and the way people see me or hear me? What is my favorite not Ukrainian food? My favorite non-Ukrainian food. Can you see me? Okay. Something weird is happening. Just a second, I don't know if you hear me, if you see me, because... Just a second, I don't know if you hear me, if you see me, because